What's in the packets? I'm okay either way here. Chair Bowman and city council members, thank you for having me today. Today is a pretty exciting report as tried to get in. It's been a little while since the bond passed, but just wanted to share with you, and it's in your packets, some of the results that we've had. Pretty exciting stuff, and here to answer questions as we move forward. Oh, here it is. So that first slide just shows you a lot of the folks that had a huge impact on the bond, especially in Airway Heights. You have the Heights Church, Airway Heights Parks and Rec, the police department, and the fire department were all huge collaborators in making sure that we got the news out for the elementary school here in Airway. As you look at it, here's a picture of all of us. We took it on the site after the bond passed with everybody here. So it's hard to see everybody in the pictures, but it's pretty exciting. Again, that this is going to be open in the fall of 2027. Councilwoman Morton and Albert Tripp were huge, hanging door sign. We did door hangers and just a huge active group within the city of Airway Heights. It was pretty awesome to see it. And really the results are right here, the reality of all of that work paid off in our precinct data. So if you look closely, it's hard to see up here, but if you look in your packets, each one of those numbers is precincts. And so with one interesting thing about Cheney Public Schools is that we are in 3 legislative districts. We're in the 3rd, the 6th, and the 9th. And so they reboundaried the 9th. And so if you look at that, 9th is Cheney, Cheney South and West. The 3rd is Eagle Ridge off of 195. And then you have 6,000. The 6th is north. So all the 6,000s are basically kind of snowed in, just barely south of I-90 north. Those are all the precinct data. So if you look at February 2024, these are for when you think about 60% being the threshold for bonds. It's kind of color coded. So dark green is above 55%. Green, you can kind of see the shades all the way down. Obviously, there's some red as well. But on the left side, we were running 3 different measures in February. We ran, not this February 2024. We ran an educational programs and operations levy. We ran a capital levy, and levies are for learning. And then we also ran the bond, and the bond hit 54.2%. And it's a 60% supermajority threshold. So while we are super excited that our levies passed, because those are really programs, and people are our programs in education. So that's a lot of staffing. That passed. The bond just fell short of that. So we did a deep dive last spring, spoke with a lot of different folks within Airway Heights, looking at what do we need to do, not just Airway Heights, but a big piece of what is it that we need to do to move the needle. We re-campaigned. We hired a consultant to come in and talk to us about, looked at our whole program beforehand. There's 2 videos. I think you might have seen some of the videos before at a work session, but we really focused on the why, the impact of what the bond could bring us. And so then if you look to the right, which is pretty exciting, draw your attention to the area. So you look at the lower section in the 9,000, that's the city of Cheney. And you can see on the right how it's all green, which is fantastic. Our other big high populations areas they're the smallest, but it's kind of at 3 o'clock is Eagle Ridge and Qualshin, which you can see dark green in there and green in those areas. Look at all the red flipping to green for the bond. And then why I'm here and why I'm so excited is you look at 6,000s. Look at 6401 Airway Heights. If you look at the center, the heart of Airway Heights in February 2024 had orange and some yellows, hard to see. But you look at it now, everything in Airway Heights is green or dark green. And that's a result of the work of the folks here that really pressed it forward, because this elementary school is a pathway for our school district, not only to build an elementary school, it's also a bunch of upgrades around our campuses. We have bus loops, kitchens, and a stadium upgrade at the high school, but also land for another school. And we're looking for a second, we need 50, 60 acres for a secondary school. So I just wanted to share how exciting it is that all of the work that Airway Heights, you pulled, like there was a call and Airway Heights answered. So I just wanted to come here and thank you for your part in that. It's really exciting to be that connected and to really have that kind of support. At the time, I think 3 bonds passed across our entire state, and we were one of them. And so pretty exciting to think about that. We're a school district of 380 square miles. Our buses travel 5,000 miles a day, 880,000 miles a year. So we are not like a 25 square mile school district where you can just, stand on a couple streets. You've got to be widespread. So that's super exciting. Any questions on the precinct data? Never thought I'd be so excited to see precinct data. 6404 is the one that we're in right now. And that one flipped. All of them flipped. So pretty incredible. And I just thank again the work that the council has. So the next slide. Just so you know around what we want to do for communication about the bond, because it's pretty exciting work that's being done. We have several different ways to communicate what's happening within the projects. We have what's called a bond advisory team, and that was open to anybody that wanted to be a part of that. Invitations went out. The bond advisory team meets once a month. We have students, staff, parents, community members, school board members a part of that. And that bond advisory team serves as a conduit to our community. So what they're hearing, they bring to the meeting. And then at that meeting we hear and we're able to share it with them. So we had the architects and the construction management company come and share last time. So that's once a month. Those are all posted on our website as well. We have a design advisory team. The bond design team is called the design advisory team. So that is a team that is made up of staff members, again, school board members, community members that go out and visit schools and then really get the design. So the bond advisory team's higher level. Design advisory team, there's 4 meetings this spring and 1 in the fall that are really going to give us good designs, ideas for the school. And then there's this thing called ed specs, educational specs. So those are how big our classrooms, how big should they be, how big our gyms, how big our nurses stations. So we've gone through ed specs first drafts. We're doing the second round soon. And then if you look at the next slide, we did the bond sale, which I'd never even seen this before. So we had a $72 million bond. So we sold half, 36 million of the $72 million bond at a bond sale. So we were down at D.A. Davidson and we actually saw it's a 20-year bond. So we saw those bonds get picked up by the market that day, which is a whole nother world. I never thought I'd see that. And we did really well. I think we saved, it was a good day on the market on the 36 million because we did it that day. I think we saved almost 300,000, don't quote me on it, over 20 years just on that day because of the way the market's pretty volatile right now. And so we did really well on that. Lastly, if you look at our website, we want input. We have a bunch of information on our website. So we have the bond advisory team that goes once a month. We have our construction management company come to our school board meeting once a month to share information. And then we have the design advisory team that's working. So if we're missing something on how to share the great work that's being done on the bond and all the different projects, please let me know. So if you have questions and you can't find the answers to them, then we should do a better job, or not better job. We'll learn and then get that information out to you. But that's what I want to share with you. It's sorry it's taken so long to get here. Just super excited that we passed. It's a pretty incredible feat for our community and our school district to pass a bond. It's no small feat, and it's great to be here. Any questions?
I had a question. Thank you, Dr. Fernie. I believe I asked this before, but it's curious on the number of students in the district in Airway Heights, and then a split by school, just for some background knowledge moving forward.
That's a really good question. We can I can get you that number, but I think maybe if I can answer it in this way right now off the top of my head is that, Sunset Elementary is our largest elementary school. We have over 600 students. The new elementary to open in the fall of 2027 is a 500 student elementary. Some of the students in Airway Heights go to Windsor and they also go to Snowden. And so I don't have those numbers off the top of my head, but we anticipate when we open the building that it will be maybe not completely full, but filled. But if you want to get those numbers, I can get this. I can bring those back.
That'd be great. And then, of course, junior high school too. I'm just curious of
Yeah.
the split. If Albert, you can help circle back, and that'd be great.
Good question. I can get that.
All right, does anybody else have any other questions? Anybody online? All right, I'm not seeing any. Well, Dr. Fernie, thank you so much for your presentation today, and we just appreciate you coming in and giving us an update. So
Thank you.
all good news.
I appreciate, yes, this is a really good news. And I remember my first year having the conversation and learned a lot from the city council here. You're a very high functioning team. So I appreciate your input, and that's definitely helped us move forward with this. So appreciate it.
I mean, we look forward to future partnerships for middle school, high school, whatever we can do in the future.
Thank you.
All right, that'll bring us to item 6, which is going to be council reports. Oh, you got something.
Kind of insignificant as far as sharing information, but I attended the Thursday, the 15th, Multicare provided a very nice buffet breakfast, 7:30 in the morning at Gonzaga University. And it was really a way of Multicare thanking all their partners, and they thank the city of Airway Heights, and obviously they have a multitude of partners, but any event,
Thank you for being a representative of the city. Anything online?
No report.
All right, not seeing anything else. I don't have anything either. So that'll move us on to staff reports.
Mr. Tripp.
On Chair and Council, 2 items I wanted to highlight, both of which relate to PFAS and water quality, and I noted these in my weekly report, but I wanted to just put a point on the settlement discussions the council engaged in earlier this year to indicate that we are awaiting that payment that was noted within the report, and hopefully should be receiving that pretty soon. And then secondly, as you saw within the report as well, there's been some work around the family of PFAS chemicals, PFOS chemicals, with regards to some of the steps the EPA has in mind. However, it seems at this point, relative to these proposed changes, extending the MCL out and holding off making formal rules on some of the other bodies of one, we won't be significantly impacted as a result of these proposed changes. But I just wanted to draw your attention to just more progress in that particular space.
Mr. Gibbons.
No report. Thank you.
Chief Richmond.
Mr. Chair and Council, was Friday night, our team was able to go with Dr. Fernie and a senior at Cheney High School, organized a multicultural event here at Sunset School. It was an amazing event. The organization for that senior put into that was pretty incredible, and all the different cultures represented our diverse community very, very well. And so that was a joy to go to that, as well as we always go to the Embrace Washington Santa breakfast in December. One of those gifts was a birthday party with the Airway Heights Police Department. So we were able to spend that with a child in foster care on Saturday. The team and Jessica and Justin Davis, we had it at Wolfie. So it was a great event as well. So able to celebrate that and giving for those kids in foster care. So it was wonderful. So thank you.
Ms. Troutman, do you have a report? Ms. Miller, do you have a report? Ms. Supida? No report. And I do not have a report.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I was wondering, Chief, why Wolfies had a million police cars around it and everything else on Saturday. So, yeah, good news. Good news. Absolutely, it's good news. So yeah, that'll move us into our consent agenda. Item A is going to be the request approval for the city council minutes from May 5th and the study session from May 12th for item B. And then item C is going to be the purchase approval registry for for the amount of $45,424. And do you have who that amount specifically for? I don't
Payne-
have it.
Payne Hamlin, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't have that
My
in my.
apologies, guys.
No, no worries. Council, what would we like to do about tonight's consent agenda?
Move to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that passed unanimously. That moves on to action items. Item D is the 2026 state legislative agenda. Mr. Tripp, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Council, this item follows discussion from last week wherein we talked about the annual process wherein the council adopts a state legislative agenda, which identifies all your priorities in which the council is seeking support or partnership collaboration with the state on. This particular portion of the state agenda development includes the selection of transportation projects to build out the body of your state legislative agenda. This year, we proposed 4 distinct projects for your consideration last Monday, which include 21st Avenue Phase 1, Garfield to Hayford, Craig Road, First Avenue to US 2, and then 2 projects on US 2, US 2 multimodal improvement, both Phase 1 on the construction side and also Phase 2 on the construction side. Staff is recommending that you consider allowing each of those projects to be a part of the state legislative agenda for 2026. And if you're so inclined, then we would transmit that body of those projects to SRTC to be a part of their formal agenda as well.
What would we like to do about item D, the 2026 state legislative agenda items?
Move to approve.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second? I got Mr. Ritchie's a second. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that passed unanimously. Item E is going to be a GMP consultant supplemental agreement. Floor is all yours, Mr. Tripp.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair and Council. We introduced this item last Monday as well. It's a proposal for a supplemental clerk treasurer service agreement with GMP consultants. As I reported last week, we were looking to obtain this particular service during the time frame in which a staff member is on administrative leave. Since then, I think I've shared an update with the council in terms of next steps. And so we'd be looking to extend these services as we step through a recruitment process for the finance director, clerk treasurer position. And then once that's completed, we would end and discontinue use of GMP.
All right, council, what would we like to do about item E?
Move to approve.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that passed unanimously. That moves on to item F, which is supplemental on-call operations services. And all yours again, sir.
Okay, I think this is the last one for me. Council, this is a request to consider a supplemental on-call service agreement with Esvelt Environmental Engineers. Just by way of background, Esvelt Environmental Engineers is the engineer that designed the treatment plant in terms of process and how it works for the city. They continue to do work with the city. Most recently, they're doing a facility plan, which is a look at that facility for the next level of expansion, which I think we're contemplating between 1 million and 3 MGDs for the next expansion portion of it. All that is background. I wanted to get, just set the table with respect to the operator that runs the plant. That individual recently gave notice. They found an opportunity at a different location. And so we were able to advertise for that particular position and get some good applicants for it. The individual's been selected and they're slated to start, as I think I indicated here, on May 21st. However, there's a brief time there. We'd like to obtain some supplemental assistance from Esvelt Engineering, both on an on-call basis and then setting up the new operator to be successful in terms of giving them the familiarities and the uniqueness associated with the Airway Heights treatment plant. That's our intent for this proposed request to prepare that particular operator to be successful as they take on that new role.
All right, council, what would you like to do?
Move to approve the supplemental on-call operations services for water reclamation plant.
Motion, do I have a second? There's a second online, Mr. Ritchie. All right, any questions or comments? No, seeing any? All those in favor? All right, that too passed unanimously. We do not have any ordinance for tonight. Resolution, item G is going to be resolution 2025-015, authorized bank signers. Mr. Shield, the floor is yours.
I will read this into the record and then discuss our changes.
Absolutely.
Resolution 2025-015, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Airway Heights, Washington, repealing Resolution 2019-022 and designating and authorizing the below listed individuals to act on behalf of the city in exercising banking activities, procedures, and other matters properly related thereto. This resolution is to update our signers to ensure proper internal controls are met by the state auditors, which is removing signers who are no longer employed. So this will update signers to be Mr. Tripp, myself, and our accountant Diana Meal, and that will ensure proper authorizations go out in a timely fashion until we hire a new finance director. And then this will be updated subsequently.
All right, thank you, guys. Council, what would you like to do about resolution 2025-015? Have a motion. Do I have a second? Ooh, I think Kevin's hand went up first. I was watching both. All right, no further questions or comments? Nothing, all right. All those in favor? That passed unanimously. Okay, I do not see anything for citizen comments. If there's anybody in the online or present that who would like to address council, the floor is open. Not seeing any? All right. Floor is closed. And that'll lead us, no call for any workshops, nothing for executive session, but we will go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 5:54. So we appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Oh, good.